Portfolios and presentations. As creative entrepreneurs, these are things that you have to encounter kind of all the time. The great thing about being a creative, you probably can feel your way around Adobe Express and figure out a lot of things. But I just want to show you some little tips and tricks that I use in my real portfolio in real life. And I'm also going to make this portfolio template available to you after the class. So if you want that portfolio template, you will be able to get it for free after class. Okay. So we're going to structure client proposals. We're going to do the presentation side of it. Same thing with storytelling, a beginning, middle, and end. We're not going to go through an entire presentation. I just want you to get the fundamentals down, because once you understand beginning, middle, conclusion, just like writing a paper in school, you don't really need a super deep dive on all of it, but you got those fundamentals now, you'll be good to go. Portfolio design practices, exporting, editing, and sharing using Adobe Acrobat. Adobe Express is an Adobe product and it works really well with Adobe Acrobat. And I'm going to show you how I use Adobe Acrobat to make a portfolio 10 times better. When you're working on client proposals, you want to make sure you are stating the goals, the project scope, you're breaking down the timeline, and how much it's all going to cost the client. You need to keep the momentum going. If you've had a meeting with a client and they're saying, send me a proposal, you need to be able to generate that pretty fast. Once you do it one time, then you have your template down. You can rinse and repeat for any clients you have in the future. Just changing key details very fast. The faster the time you turn around, the easier it will be for them to make a decision. Adobe Express is giving you templates to make it a lot easier to do that. So let's look at how the client proposal templates are set up in Adobe Express. If I go back to the home page, you can literally search for client proposal. And it's going to show you some suggestions, and I'm going to click on client proposal template. I'm going to scroll down. So we're going to select this one. Now it looks a little boring, but again, it depends on your target. If your client is a corporate client and they're used to very clean, concise, non-busy proposals, that's what you want to go with. Now, I can show you this in the portfolio part, but I'm going to show you now. When you are in here, you are able to hyperlink text. So anywhere where there's a website or an email address, you want to be able to hyperlink that. That is going to set your proposal apart. Most clients are going to notice that you have that attention to detail. And hyperlink is just a fancy word for saying you're putting a link to your website or wherever you want them to go. Highlight that and then go over to the text panel. There's a link button. If you hover over it, it will say link options. You're going to click that and then you add your link. Once you click the check mark, it will be hyperlinked. So you can click on underline and get rid of that. So it's still a clickable link. If you hover over it, you see that link appears. If you want it to stand out a little more, you can highlight it and change the color. So the person looking at this can know this is a website. So you want to do the same thing on your contact page as well. I'm going to show you how to hyperlink an email address. My email at email.com. Okay, we're using a fictional email address. We're going to select that. Same thing. We're going to hyperlink it. Now here's the format. This will be in your resource list too. If you choose to get the resource list after the class, I will go over how to do the format of the mail link. So it's called a mail to link, MAILTO. Okay, so you're going to type mail TO. You're going to do a colon. You're not going to put any spaces here. And then you're going to say my email at email.com. Now, obviously, you want to put your real email in there if you're doing a real client proposal. If we want to make it match our email, just different things you can do to make sure your branding is consistent. Same thing with fonts. And you have your placeholder text. Everything is in there. Your budget is in there. And that's what you would do in a client proposal. Now, when you're ready to share the proposal, you can click share. And then you can send it directly to their email, or you can convert it to a template. You can download it. And then there's a show all button. And if you scroll, it gives you all the different options on how you can share that client proposal. All right, cool. So we are on our portfolio and I want to show you from the beginning. Now, this template will also be available in resources. You have your portfolio already laid out with different pages and different projects. Now, the only thing that you're not able to do directly in Adobe Express is hyperlink each project. In a perfect world, you'd be able to click on this one and it's going to jump you right to this project one title page. So throughout the project template, the portfolio template, there's a silver play button. So we've already talked about hyperlinking text, but we have not talked about an image too, because right now there is no native way to hyperlink an image right in Adobe Express, but it works so well together with Adobe Acrobat that you can do it in there. But this template is very straightforward. You're doing your image here. You could do the first name here and the last name here and what your job title is or what you want to be known as, whatever your inspiration and influences are. There's some placeholder bullet point text. Each project slide has a title slide as well as details of the project. And if you notice, this picture that's behind this box is the same picture that is in the following slide with the phone. You can move that. So everything in here is editable. Take things away, add things, and then there's your play button there where if you have video footage of that project, you can hyperlink it right in Adobe Acrobat. And then if you need more than 2 projects, you obviously could just click the more dots and then click duplicate, and you'd be able to duplicate the page. Okay. And then your contact information. Remember what I told you about hyperlinking your email. So it will be the same thing. You click that hyperlink and you do your mail to link, add your phone number, and make sure you change out anything that is a placeholder. So this is going to be your name and your title here, and it is modified with the text layout, so it's going around and around. So let's export this as is, and then we're going to add hyperlinks to our play buttons. Share, and we're going to click download. All right, so PDF standard is how we're going to download it. Let me switch that out so I can show you how we're going to hyperlink our play button. We are in Adobe Acrobat and we are going to hyperlink our play buttons that we viewed in Adobe Express in the portfolio template. The first thing you want to do once you are in Adobe Acrobat is click your edit button. And then you're going to find the areas you want to hyperlink. I like to use the arrows to skip to the pages so I can get right to my play button. So let's go to one of our projects and we're just going to hyperlink a play button within our project. So once you click on the image, it's going to give you a box around it so you know it's selected. Over on the left-hand panel, you want to click on Show More, and then you're going to click the link button. I already have my link copied, so I'm just going to click Add or Edit a Link. You're going to double click on it, and you're going to go to Actions. So you're going to edit the web link. If there's a link in there already, you want to remove that. So you want to paste your link right in here, and then click OK. So now your image is actually hyperlinked. Now your image is hyperlinked in Adobe Acrobat. You can keep going and hyperlink any other images that you would like. You're still in the editing phase. If you double click this, it will show your link properties and you can do the same thing. Click on Open a Web Link, edit it, remove anything that's already there, and click Paste. And then click OK, OK again. Now both of your play buttons are hyperlinked. Now that you are done with it, you can close the edit panel and you can download or share your document.